Okay, it is the first day of spring. It's the equinox tonight, 11:06 p.m. Eastern Time begins springtime. We made it. Those of you in the northern climates, love it. Those of you in Florida, love it. Arizona, you guys love it. Australia, I don't know, but that's the first news I have. It's a Beetle Ute extravaganza today. We haven't talked much about the Beetle lately. It is our #1 seller still, no doubt. Hands down, the Beetle truck kit is the one that sells the best. So #1, Greg Cirillo. If you've gone to the Smyth Ute tech support page lately, you will see Greg Cirillo. He's at Summit Point racing his Beetle Ute. People forget how good a handling car the Mark IV Jetta and Beetle platform, the Golf, is. They are amazing cars to drive. It's front wheel drive, so it's a little funny for me. I'm a rear wheel drive guy on a racetrack, but it is awful fun to autocross or race these things on an open track event. Congratulations, Greg. The car looks awesome. Check him out. We have pictures of him below this video link. You're going to see pictures of Greg's car at Summit Point. #2, Chris Mills in Australia. He's a lawyer. He just finished his car in Australia. He's from Townsville, North Queensland, Australia. And the key thing about him is he didn't just put it together and keep driving it, which a lot of people do. He officially certified his car, and I got to get this right. It's a legit Australian compliance car. So he went through all of the testing it takes to make the Smyth Beetle Ute compliant in Australia. So if you want to talk to him, he's on Smyth Ute tech support as well. And you're seeing a theme here, right? If you're building a car and you have any questions at all, there are Cooper, how many guys?
7,000.
7,000 plus builders putting their 2 bits in and their 2 cents about how to do this, how to do that. If you have any questions about licensing a car in Australia, Chris Mills is your guy. He's on Smyth Ute tech support, so it really is fun. Congratulations, Chris. I hope, selfishly, I hope it opens up a ton of people in Australia that want to do Beetles now. Just a wonderful. Remember, Australia held the torch for El Camino, Utes, whatever you want to call them, car-based trucks. Australia has held the torch for these cars way past our days of El Caminos, and they love Utes. The term Ute is mostly used in Australia. We love it here as well. Congratulations, Chris. The last thing is Don Carr, builder extraordinaire, 3 Beetle build charger. Don's buying everything. And he's building everything. 3 cars that I know of. He's got a 2 Beetle package going Thursday, Coop, I think.
Yeah.
Anyway, Don's already got a Charger. He's got 2 Beetles coming. The 3rd one will come later. But I know that he's got, for donor cars, I know he started off with a Turbo S that he wanted to rebuild the engine. That one took too long. He just bought another Turbo S that was in great shape. And I just saw it's a black lifted Beetle, like a 2001 or something, that he's already cut, and he's also on Smyth Ute tech support. So if you want to tune in to Don's builds, he pretty much publishes every few days on the progress of his Beetles. So he'll have his kits probably by Monday or so next week, my guess. And you'll probably see a lot of activity from Don as he's becoming one of the preeminent builders in the Southwest, along with Chris Kingston and the entire Texas crowd that I won't even mention because they're so active a group in Texas. That's time for another video update on just the Texas crowd and what they're doing. Last thing and not least, when I started Factory 5, the first Cobras that we did, the first kits, people would take them out there, and back 30 years ago, people would say, hey, is that a replica or is that a real Cobra, right? Well, after about 5 or 6 years of us nailing it at Factory 5, the questions started evolving. And nowadays, people don't say, is that a Cobra? Is that a real one? They ask, even if you drive a competitor's car to my brother Dave, who owns all of Factory 5 now. Remember, I'm not an owner of Factory 5 anymore. The most common question asked of Factory 5 guys now is that a Factory 5? The brand has transcended Cobras to be the most popular Cobra replica in the world, and so people start off with Factory 5. It might annoy people who don't have Factory 5s, but that's the way it is with a brand. Guess what's happening in the Smyth world? The first phone calls and texts have come in where guys and gals are at a gas station or something, and instead of what the heck is that truck thing, like it was 10 years ago, right? When we first launched in 14, thanks to Rutledge Wood and his TV show, right? Instead of saying, what is that? You're starting to hear people say, is that a Smyth? Now, it's not just because the Smyth words are in the front. It's because there's thousands of them out there, and people like you are helping me build the brand into something bigger than it's ever been, status-wise. These cars have always been cool. They've always been fun. They've always been something you can use. They've always been easy to build. They've always brought people together. But they're finally being recognized for what they are and the quality, fun, ticket to a Cars and Coffee that they really are. So is that a Smyth? It's happening just like Factory 5. I can't be more proud when I hear stuff like that come from you guys. My heart sings. It just sings. Because I know you guys work really hard. This Beetle bundle, this is not yours, by the way, Don. I forgot whose this is.
It's going tomorrow, though.
Another bundle is going tomorrow. We're going to have it bundled up today. And then Don's 2 Beetle package is going Thursday, Friday to be out there early next week. And then there's a Beetle pickup this weekend where a customer's coming to the shop to physically pick up his Beetle kit. So a week of Beetles. I think we have one more Jetta done this week on top of that. So spring is in full swing around here. 11:06 tonight. Spring is officially here. But we're going to celebrate Beetles today with this email. And congratulations to Greg Cirillo, to Chris Mills, and Don Carr for this update. 3. For this update, I'm going to try to include everybody who's written about or posted in the Smyth Ute Tech page or the Smyth Facebook page. I'll try to give you a shout out when we do these updates. So happy spring, everybody, and we will talk to you on Friday with one more email.